Chris, Kyle Carroll, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Fantastic. Well, I just wanted to get started and we could just jump right into it. I appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk.
No problem. I'm ready to go.
Awesome. For those of you who are listening, this is streaming live on little radio airwaves I created, but it'll be posted up on mymmanews.com as well. So if you're interested in rewatching it, you can watch it there. Chris, we're going to dive right in. You're fighting at Cage Wars 35. You won a big fight at Cage Wars 34 for the welterweight championship. Take us through your last fight and how it felt to get that W.
The last fight, actually, I wasn't originally set up to fight for the belt, but someone ended up getting pulled, and luckily I got the shot. I went in there with a good game plan. I kind of studied my part a little bit with the time I had. I don't know. I went in with a game plan, stuck to it, and it worked well. I guess I won.
Well, it worked well, like you said. You had a big win. You won in the first round via TKO. Tell us a little bit about your fight coming up at Cage Wars 35 on January 27th.
I'm facing Kenny Gordon. I watched his last fight that he had at Cage Wars. I've done a little bit of research on him. Looks like he's going to be a really strong opponent. I'm actually looking forward to it. Trying to showcase what I have. I don't try to brag or boast and act like I'm better than anybody. So I think it'll be a good fight. I know he'll be ready, so I hope he's just ready for me.
Okay, and you're 3-1. He's 3-0. How much does this mean to you to get this title defense? I believe, your first title defense for this title. Do you have any nerves about it? Anything kind of in your mind going on about it?
Honestly, there's not much nerves. I'm just ready. I train a lot. I train hard. It's definitely going to be good for me to defend the belt and plan to keep it, obviously. But it's just good learning experience. We're still amateurs right now. I know he's looking to go pro soon. I'd like to go pro soon as well. We're both getting up there in age. He's a little bit older than I am. Just looking out there to, give off the best show I can. Kick some butt.
Excellent. And so we're going to talk a little bit about your weight cut. How is that for you? Does it something that comes pretty easily? Is it do you hover around 170?
I'm a little over right now. I'm about 180, 182. I only fluctuate a little bit around 180, 182. Weight cut will be easy. Not worried at all about it. Basically, just I keep to a good diet. Really, really strict right around fight time. When I'm not scheduled for any fights, the diet goes off a little bit. But stick to a strict diet. Train a lot. Basically, the weight will come right off. Something that I've done in my lifetime with wrestling, so I'm used to cutting weight. Ain't gonna be no big deal.
So that's what I wanted to talk about as well. You mentioned your wrestling in the past. What is your background in MMA? How did you get into it, and what's your strongest suit?
Well, I don't know. I wanted to fight for the longest time, but after I got out of high school, I joined the military. I went straight into the Army, so I didn't really have a chance to fight coming right out and get a lot of training in. So when I got the chance, back in school, I wrestled in school. I took a little bit of taekwondo back in the day. Nothing really crazy. Did my little backyard boxing just for fun. But basically, I have one buddy that I learned a little bit with. He's done karate, and then the school I'm with now, I've been with for a few years. Kind of like karate base. We do our stand-up, we do jiu-jitsu. I'm with 5 MMA out of Elmira, and got some good group of guys in there. I also train with Contact Sports Club out of Mansfield, the good Gracie Baja Jiu-Jitsu school. So I feel I'm well-rounded. I'm comfortable pretty much wherever I go. It just all depends on how my opponent pretty much feels. Everyone has a different feel to everybody. Just to where I feel most comfortable. We have our game plan set up. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but
Mm-hmm.
comfortable with the wrestling aspect, jiu-jitsu. Really like to hit people. It's weird. But, no, I feel comfortable all around. I have a little bit of experience in everything.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit more about your gym, Five Element MMA, Elmira. Who are who are your coaches? Who do you train with, and what makes it such a special gym?
Well, my coach is Eric Gillette. He was an amateur fighter. He's had a handful of fights. He's the owner of the school. He runs another organization for fighting. A couple of guys that I train with. Well, I train with a good group of guys that train around. A couple pros that come down from the Crow's Nest out of Binghamton. I train with Vince Ciotoli, James Rodriguez, the Scarecrow, Eric Gillette. A couple of guys that are fighting on Cage Wars also. They got Jake Kerrigan and Corey Butts. They're both my teammates that are going to be fighting as well on the same night. The whole group of guys are really talented. Some do a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments, some only kickbox. We have areas that fluctuate all around. It's just good training.
You mentioned you're a veteran of the armed forces. Thank you for your service. And then, what branch were you in?
Yes, I was I was in the Army National Guard. Was deployed with the 206 Military Police Company out of Albany, and I'm actually stationed with my unit that's in Hornell and Rochester, New York, which is a Triple Deuce Military Police Company.
Oh, okay. Tell us a little bit about how being in the armed forces has helped your MMA game.
Well, actually, that's where I met some of my friends that I've trained with. One of my good friends I haven't seen in 7 or 8 years actually just came up and taught a seminar at my school. He's a black belt in karate and a few other different martial arts. It's Caesar Johnson. He lives in Kingston, has his own dojo. With the Army, I've always stayed fit, good shape. I've had a couple guys that I trained with that have been around the world. They've seen different things. It's just a mindset. I'm confident in everything I do. I train hard. It's just given me a good, I don't know, it's matured me quite a bit. I was overseas at a young age before I was even 20, so, I feel I have a good head on my shoulders. I don't know, it's just, I'm comfortable with everything.
You've seen a lot. You've seen a lot and learned a lot.
Yeah, basically. I've also done a lot of schools in the military, and just even their combatives classes, which isn't as high as some of the jiu-jitsu and all that. But I've gone to different schools, learned a lot of different techniques and a whole lot of different aspects, and basically just took a whole lot of learning from everything, and it's just humbled me up quite a bit. I'm just a normal person that did my job.
Excellent. Now, looking at your record, like I said, you're 3-1, and all three of your wins come via knockout. Tell us a little bit about that. Are you just kind of looking for the finish, or is this something that just kind of comes with the setup from training so much?
A little bit of both. I'd say I'd always want to finish. Finishes are always nice. You always want the finish, but I don't necessarily go in and just look for the finish. If it sets itself up, I'll definitely try for it. But I practice, to be able to go the whole distance, change around to my aspects, whether it's standing or on the ground, just keep my cardio and everything else. Like I said, knockouts are nice, and I'll do it as often as I can. But I think the competition stepped up a little bit more, so it's going to be a little bit harder. But if it's there, I'm going to take it. So.
Excellent. Now, tell us some of your goals in MMA. You're 3-1. If you win this, you'll become 4-1, and you'll defend your title successfully for the first time. What are your goals within amateur and professional MMA?
Right now, I know there's a couple other organizations, different places that fight that I've talked about competing for their welterweight belts as well. Um, honestly, pretty soon, like I said, I don't know if it's one more fight, two more fights. It all depends on how this goes and how my fights keep going before I decide when exactly I go pro. But I know it's going to be soon. For pro, I'm looking at a couple different organizations. Whether starting off King of the Cage, it's a well-known organization. A lot of people, pretty much if anyone follows MMA, they know King of the Cage.
Yeah, yep.
So I feel that's a good spot to start. I know a couple people from area not too far from me. A couple of them guys got into Bellator, made their debuts there. So we're searching around. We're trying to look for the best spots. I have my coach help too, look around. He does a lot of work there. I put my 2 cents in when I feel comfortable at times too. It's not like he just sets everything up. He works with us and kind of look what's best for us as fighters. It's he's got another gym opening up as well in Owego. So we're taking everything kind of slow, but we're not, like I said, I'm 29 now, so I'm not old, but I'm not the youngest. So I want to get as far as I can. I know I want to fight professionally. I have my kids watch me. They come to my fights. The gym's a good place. People look at contact sports like MMA, and I know a lot of people that I go, it's a bad thing, but a lot of people you'll find are really respectful. They're just hardworking people that love the sport, and a lot of us actually work our butts off, have full-time jobs. I'm also a guard. I have a couple other things I do. I take my kids to wrestling practice and their sports, and so.
Well, it sounds like you have your plate full, and it takes a lot to keep yourself balanced between training, fighting, family life, and work, and everything else you have going on. I was curious to what inspires you to get inside the cage and fight, and I think it takes and motivates. There has to be something that motivates someone to get in there.
I'm really big on competition, competing. Like I said, I don't really try to say I'm better than anybody. Like I do, but I don't go out to prove things. Like a lot of people look at me, and even listen to the commentary on some of the fights where you guys were, a lot of people overlook me because I don't look like a big macho guy. I look like I don't know. People always compare me like my nickname. They think I look more like a librarian. So,
is that your nickname, the librarian?
Yeah. I look like, I have the blonde hair, glasses. I'm not a big guy. People, if I have long sleeves on, so you can't see my tattoos, everyone's just real surprised that I fight. I don't know. Like I said, I like the competing part. I love that aspect. There's a lot of training, so I love being in the gym. It's a good frustration let out as well. I can go in there and punch on bags, get in the cage and punch on people, so that keeps me balanced. I keep myself out of trouble. And that's another thing that's nice about going to the gym and MMA. You find a lot of us guys that do it. We're not the guys that are in trouble and all that because we devote our time to actually training and being respectful and everything else. I feel at least.
Most definitely. I definitely agree with that. I think MMA fighters and I think combat athletes get a bad rap just because of the sport itself and what it entails, but people don't see the amount of work and discipline you guys have and put into the sport inside the cage. I'm assuming you're a big fan of MMA, like UFC, Bellator. Are there any fighters that you like to watch or emulate yourself after?
Well, my favorite fighter of all time is Matt Hughes.
Okay.
I love the country boy aspect. He's a true country boy. He's strong as hell. He goes and picks people up, slams them on the head. It's always a fun thing to watch. I know a lot of people don't like the whole wrestling part of MMA because some people think it's boring, but it's definitely a big part of MMA.
I agree 100%. It's a huge part, and I'm a huge wrestling fan as well, and I agree with you. I think a lot of people overlook it and don't find it all that interesting when it's a huge part of it. Now, your opponent, Kenny Gordon, he slammed someone on their head during his last match and ended up winning it via TKO. Thoughts on a guy that strong that's capable of slamming?
Um, that's why I'm going to rely on my wrestling part there. So I can pretty much hopefully set up to where he can't pick me up like that and slam me. I've noticed actually in a lot of the fights that I've watched, he's notorious for picking people up and slamming them pretty good. He's got a stocky build to him. He's definitely strong looking. I even talked to him. He's in a good mood. He was respectful and joking around about a bunch of stuff after the last fights. And he seems like a good guy. So I think it would be awesome to go in there and fight someone that's strong. I also like to wrestle, and I know he has karate and stand-up from the last interview I saw him in. So I don't know. Other people like Robbie Lawler also, that likes to go out there and brawl and hit people. So
Yeah, I know. I'm pumped to watch this fight. I'm excited to commentate on it, and I'm sure the fans are excited for it as well. Do you have any sponsors or anyone you would like to recognize?
I don't really have any sponsors right now. I've been working with a couple different people. It's kind of hard getting into it right now with certain people and the whole sponsor thing. I'm still kind of new to it and trying to get it worked out. But like I said, Contact Sports Club, one of their coaches that I go down and train with, Rob Smith, he comes out to my place and he helps coach as well. Shout out to him because his guys, Vince Vance also teaches down there. Good school. That's actually a great school for Gracie Baja. Just my coach. After that, my guys that are fighting, Jake and Corey. My whole family, they all support me. Surprisingly, my dad, he always told me if I did anything like this, he'd never come watch. He's been to all my fights, supports me 100%. So, I don't know, just shout out to all my friends and family and everyone that supports me to this, and fans that want to come out and watch.
Awesome.
I have people that I even post a couple times once in a while on Facebook, come out and watch. Whether you like me or don't like me, it's your chance to see me get punched in the face if you don't like me and stuff. Spread the love around, get people out, watch some fights, and enjoy a good time. And
Definitely. Two quick questions before I let you get going. How can fans follow you on social media? Are you on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook?
I'm on Facebook and on Instagram. For Facebook, I have everything's under Chris. Well, my regular Facebook under Christopher Buckley. I have a fight page, it's Chris Buckley, and then I think my Instagram is Chris Buckley as well. So I don't have anything tricky with all these other names and stuff to it because some people can't find you as easy as this. So it's just my name. If you want to look me up, follow me. It's there.
Isn't that the truth? So if fans want to follow you, they could go to just type in Chris Buckley on Facebook and Instagram. Awesome. And then last question for you. What is one thing about you that fans don't know that you would like them to know?
Oh, man. That's a good one. I don't know if I even have that one ready. I don't know. I guess just don't judge a book by its cover. If you look at me, like I said, a lot of people don't think I train, don't think I do anything. I put my heart into everything I do, and I'm always going to be ready for something, so.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you get in there. I'm expecting fireworks between you and Kenny Gordon. Both of you had a great showing at Cage Wars 34. You're both competing for you're defending your title, the welterweight title, at Cage Wars 35 on January 27th. For those who are listening, be sure to tune in and check that out as well. Appreciate you, Chris Buckley, for calling in and joining us tonight.
I appreciate you having me.
Thank you, and I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you the night of.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.